Alright, you cock gobble gobblers. Welcome to the New Arc Fantasy Cows, whatever the fuck week video this is. I guess Thanksgiving, we'll just call it. So I'm going to dive right in. The topic, I'm sure everyone wants to know what's going on with, is what's going on with the playoffs. I appreciate all of those of you guys that took the time to know what your thoughts were and kind of where your head was at. I got a lot of really good insight as far as things of how people feel about different teams and different people and who they think deserves to get in and what's the most fair and kind of what they thought it should be going forward. But really, at the end of the day, the number one thing that I was trying to find out was what the understanding was of the playoff structure throughout this season. Because the playoff structure wasn't necessarily one of those rules that it gave me the decision in the regular league settings thing. So I just kind of went through the idea of what I thought it was and spoke to that. And it sounds like it was pretty unanimous. Only one person thought differently, and everyone kind of thought that it was the top two from each division. So with that said, that is what we're going to do this year. And then when we start next year, we'll open up to a vote to see if we want to change it. Because a lot of people kind of lean towards that direction, what they're to see happen going forward. Now, I am very sensitive to the fact that by doing this, it is better for me personally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a poll on the front page of the league. And if anybody thinks that I'm making the decision for a selfish or biased reason, then just vote that, and I will hold myself to the other more difficult standard. It's anonymous, so if you really truly feel that way, then go ahead and put it there, and so be it. I really am. I try to be impartial, but I want to make sure that no one thinks I'm just being like an asshole commissioner that's trying to make himself look better. With that said, we're going to dive into the regular part of the video. I butt slammed the shit out of Eric, and the VBC Crushionators were crushinated themselves. Andre Johnson just urinated all over the field and his team, and it really felt pretty damn good. Really good stuff. And then Eric, you're going to need a better showing, more than 7 out of 6, definitely. You're going to go ahead and beat Hoofy, who's started a new winning streak. He's going strong. He just beat Matt. Now, Matt necessarily wasn't the most formidable foe, getting only 3 points combined from Woodhead, Torrey Smith, and his own Fitzgerald. Definitely going to need more than that, Matt, as you go into the not worst record bowl against Kirch. You guys are both tied at 3-8. Keep in mind that the worst record pays half of the best records or the winners buy-in for next year. So you guys definitely want to try to win this one because it's going to be a big leg up against the other. Kirch, good news for you. There are no more bye weeks, so you successfully got through this year without losing any picks next year. I'm very proud of you. If there had been a bet on it, I probably would have lost money on it based on my lack of faith for you. With that said, looking really good with Macklin, Lynch, and Chris Johnson on your bench, though, Kirch. I'm sure that'll end poorly for you. Kirch, of course, just lost to Mikey T, who has the inverse record as him. Kirch is 3-8. Mikey T is now 8-3. Looking super strong, but he plays another tough matchup with Becker. Becker is kind of sandwiched between 2 tough games. Just lost to Maiko. Now, Maiko, you get no sympathy points in your game this week as you hoped. So, there was no benefit to hurting yourself this morning. But with that said, I do hope that you crush Maria for purely selfish reasons. Maria just lost in the Juwan Bowl. I think that the real key matchup to this game was the second string running back, as Joak Bell, or whatever the fuck his name is, scored 1 for Mark in a towering victory over Rashad Jennings 0. With that said, Mark now moves on to play against me, which I'm sure will end very poorly for him, as he puts all of his faith in busted ass Aaron Hernandez. All the best to you, buddy. Good luck. With that, I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. We'll try to sleep for at least a few minutes before I go to work. And you guns have a good one.